Greetings everyone! This video is on how to connect with your galactic guide. Now once you realize you are a starseed, you are flooded with so many questions of am I really a starseed? Now once you ask that question, there is no other answer than yes, you are a starseed. Otherwise you would not be even drawn to ask this question. So there is something out there in your DNA, in your energy that probe you to search for this question. The next question usually is, where did I come from? What is my home? Some people know right away and some just take the time to discover their home world. That journey takes a little bit longer. And the next step usually is to connect with your guide, connect with your galactic guide, because then you start earning for it, you start to wanting it, to connect with your soul family, to with your unique signature energy. Now, I know that each of our story is very different, and this video is more for the people who just have a little hard time to connect with their guide. Now, if you want to just go into the meditation, please find the video number 2, and there is just a nice and clear meditation to assist you on this journey. But if you want to know a little bit more of the story, then stick up with me, and perhaps that's gonna sharing my story will help you to understand your story. So sometimes it's not that easy to connect with a guide because our mind can be preoccupied, because we may not pay really attention to all kind of the signs that are out there. Now when I started consciously working on my spirituality, which have been about 14 years ago, I was connected with my grandfather who already passed away when I was about 18 years old, so it's quite a long time ago. And he became my guide. He became my spiritual guide, I guess you can say. And I didn't really know that I could have galactic guide or a different kind of the guide because, gosh, I didn't even know too much about starseeds. But I wanted to make connection. I felt that there was something more that I want to connect. And so I took these psychic development classes, and at one point this wonderful lady guided us through the meditation, and I was so excited because I felt like this is the moment, now it's gonna happen for me. I'm gonna meet like God know what. And I came out from the meditation and I had this beautiful calming experience. I walked into the garden, it was really nice. But I didn't meet anybody. I didn't really make that connection. And some students around me had this wonderful experience of meeting the Jesus, and I was thinking the one was like, seriously, meeting a Jesus? I don't know about that. Now 14 years later, I know that you can meet Jesus in your meditation, and if that happens, it's the most profound experience, and that comes from somebody who did not grow up in any religion belief. I didn't even believe that the Jesus was true. So yeah, Jesus was true. Anyway, so I just thought that maybe, it just doesn't really happening for me, or I don't have that connection, or whatever you want to call it. Then one day I met this wonderful lady who became a friend, and she borrowed me a book which called Open to Channel by Sanaya Roman, and you can check out the website www.orindaband.com, a wonderful information. And so she asked me, she says, well, would you read this book with me? I don't really know anybody who's open to the spirituality. Those were our the beginning days when we talked that, the two of us are the only ones who is actually open to this. So we've been reading the book and going through the exercise to connect with the plants and actually feeling the energy, to allow that energy come close to you, in the front of you, and consciously feeling what is it. And then something profound happened one day, and it was after I read the book, and I have this kind of the feeling and started to meditate. One day I was washing dishes, and I guess that question, our intention, that I want to connect with my guide, with some higher guide, because I thought there must be something higher, and I still didn't feel comfortable to be connected with God's energy, which is again profound and beautiful, and not what the Bible says. And so I let that intention out there. I sort of let it hang out in the air. And one day I was washing dishes, and I love wash dishes because when you wash it, the water runs through. I love warm water. It relaxes me, and nobody really bugs you when you're washing dishes, especially when you have small children. So I could wander in my mind wherever I wanted to. I could daydream, and I loved daydreaming. So I was just daydreaming about, I don't even know what was it about. And then there was this presence on the right side of my body, and I hear in my head, can you? Can you? And I was thinking, can you? And then there was this click, a moment, a connection that then I was like, oh, that's my guide. Now I never ever heard that name of word before. And I stopped, and I was overwhelmed with some, I was flooded with these feelings of knowing things. It wasn't yet the joy and the happiness. It was just this like, I know it, that's my God. And I know him. I know that he's very old. I know that he never had a life experience in the physical body on earth. I know that we know each other for some reason. And then I heard Pleiades. Now I never knew about a Pleiades before. I've maybe heard about it before, but I'm not consciously aware that I would know what Pleiades mean. And then at that moment, the emotion flooded me so heavily. It was this most beautiful emotions that just came in my heart and just gave me the hug, and I started to cry. It was like your loved one or the family that you thought you will never ever see again came forward, and I started to spontaneously speak a language of light, and which of course I didn't know back then. That's a language of light. It took me quite a few years after that to figure it out, like, wow, I speak the language of light and I have a memory of it. So I would speak it, and it floated through my heart. And I would cry. I would sit on my sofa. I would cry and cry and cry. And back then, my ex-husband would look at me like, "You just lost it, right? Like, what happened?" And I go like, "I don't know. I heard this Kenyu and Pleiades, and I don't even know what it is." But it was the most beautiful and profound moment. It was at a time when I had the two small children, when I was stay-at-home mom, when I didn't really have too many friends, when I was going between, am I gonna be depressed and am I gonna be okay? What's gonna happen in my life furthermore? And when this came, it changed my life forever. So I went on my little laptop that I had and I Googled Pleiades. I mean, what is the Pleiades? And then it opens, it's like, the Pleiades is the star nation of the seven sisters and all the story, and I go like, whoa, I couldn't possibly know that. And so I'm telling my friend about it, and she's all excited, and she's like, oh, I didn't have the profound experience like that, but she had another very profound experience as well, with the out of the body experience, where she would be going to places, which I think was absolutely phenomenal. I wanted to have that experience, and that didn't happen to me at the time at all. And so I Googled it and I found it, and I said, okay, Pleiades. So he is from Pleiades. Maybe I am from Pleiades. And slowly I started to learn more. It wasn't for me that I jump into, all Pleiadian research and do everything. The time wasn't right for me back then yet. I had to focus on my little children and on my life, and the spirituality was just a part of it, sort of as a hobby or something that I would do for myself to make me happy, to express self-love to myself. And so that is how I connected with Kenyu. I already was doing automatic writing with my grandfather, so I would sit and do automatic writing. Now, it really wasn't that Kenyu and I just hit it and click it off and that was it. It was a work, and one thing I needed to learn is to trust. So prior Kenyu, I could sense spirit, I could communicate with the other side on quite okay basis, and but I could not distinguish a negative energy or just the spirits who just kind of mess up with your energy, or they were negative or gave you even the false information. Because when you open to it, you get all excited as a newbie. You get like, oh my god, I'm gonna connect with all the energy and everything's great, there's nothing bad around me. But there were definitely some bad energies, but they were lower kind of the energies. How I understand it now is that when you get yourself in this kind of the world, when you awaken, you start meditating and connecting, you open your light, and you are like a lighthouse in a very dark sea. And so all kind of the spirits and energy goes towards you because they want to help. And some of them just are like these bullies in the playground who do bully you. So you have to learn to steady your ground and connect only with the highest available energy, not only with whatever's out there, because you are too excited to connect with whatever's out there. And if that happened to you, don't feel bad about it, because it did happen to me. You just learn to distinguish it, and you push that energy aside and you connect with the highest available energy. So I had some few experiences, I guess, with the negative spirits or negative energy. So I was very cautious on connecting with Kenyu. I would not let Kenyu to come in my body, which I priorly did with the spirits. I learned it just wasn't my thing, and I wasn't, it didn't work for me, let's put it this way. So the Kenyu would be in the front of my energy, and when we started, I could hold his energy. I could sort of connect with his energy for about 2-3 minutes, maximum 5 minutes. And there was just like, the connection, and I felt I'm receiving information that I would write down, and then that was it. And I read a story from Sanaya Roman, and she described a very similar work with her guy, Orion, I think she pronounced it. Gosh, I don't know right now. And it just takes a time to work your energy and practice your energy to get your energy in the higher vibration, that your guide, especially with your galactic guide, that he can connect with you. So he doesn't connect with you here. You have to get yourself a little bit higher, and he can connect with you, and he can transform the information. They do not really appear to you. In front of you would be fantastic, and I wish for it many times. And I play this game. Oh, if I will not see you, I'm never gonna do it again. Well, they don't really care. It doesn't really matter. If you want to bargain, they're gonna sit there the next 100 years and wait until you are born again. And when you learn that you don't really, the bargain's not gonna work for you. But if you will work with the energies and raise up your energy, there are some amazing affirmation that you can receive from your guide. To working with your guide is a 50-50 work. Your guide should not and would not, a positive guide, tell you what to do right now. Go and talk to somebody because the world's gonna end tomorrow. I mean, that is not happening. Your guide is not bossy. Your guide is not boss of you. And because you want to worship somebody who is smarter and older and wiser than you, your guy doesn't want it. That's our human ego who sort of see it like that. Before you transform your ego and see that you are equal, and that you as a starseed are actually amazing being who abandon all that light and fluff and amazing stuff there, and lower your energy down in your physical body to work here, to be in assistance, to help this world move forward. So the work with the Kenyu has been slow and very good. Kenyu started to giving me a little information here and there, and especially it was in the beginning, it was very much focused on my personal development. Kenyu would say that I should study energy healing, and I would say, well, why would I? I can channel, I can talk with dead people, for goodness sake. The energy healing doesn't really resonate with me that much, I don't know. And he says, well, you are a healer and the energy healing is gonna help you. And it took about 1.5 years, back and forth, maybe 2 years, until I started to learn, because I was stubborn. I wanted to get things my way as well. It wasn't working out. Your guide would very patiently stand and wait beside you until you are ready. I am a healer today. I love to do healing. I love work with ill people and finding that niche what may work, going and finding the root of the problem. I became very passionate about it. But it happened through my own illness, a Lyme disease that I had to conquer. And because I learned to study energy healing, I had a better start, I guess, to healing myself. And that is a story for another time. Today is just about a guide and how to connect with your guide. What I wanted to get out of this video is that if you don't connect on the first time, if you just listen to meditation and it's just not gonna happen, it is okay. Leave that intention out there, and it may come through the day. It may come in another meditation. It may come in meditation under the guidance of some another teacher, some another star seed. What may happen out there? Be open to what is it that you want. Leave it out there and do not bargain. Don't put, this set the things to it. If we don't connect today, we're never gonna talk about it. This is it. Try not to control everything. When you learn to just enjoy yourself and kind of step back, look within your energy and go with the flow, you actually go much faster. You find a good stream much faster than just trying to go through, I want this and I want that. So I hope this little insight helps you to connect with your guide. And if you are still wondering where you are from and you cannot really make a decision, I offer the sessions that I try to offer as much of material as I'm capable at the moment, that you find your answer, because that is my big thing. I want you to find your answers. So there are actually 3 books on the Amazon that I have at the moment, but the 2 of them are to help you to find if you are a starseed. So it's a starseed guide, Andromeda, Pleiades, and Sirius. And the second starseed guide I have just published in an ebook format on Amazon is a starseed guide, Centaurus, Epsilon, Eridani, and Lyra. And the second one has a little bit insight about Atlantis and our connection to Atlantis, how Atlantis started and how it was led into destruction and what happened. So it is just a small tiny piece of the puzzle. Those are the small ebooks, so don't really expect that they are huge and giant, but I have collected information over the years from all starseeds that I work with and put the little pieces of puzzles together to create these books for you. So it is my pleasure to share this with you, and I hope that you will connect with your galactic guide, and I wish you the best on your starseed journey, and I wish that you find the joy and happiness while you are still in your earth body. Love and light from my heart to yours.